So right off the get-go, we see this, looking like some kind of fountain. And here, just a very anomalous block, perhaps a ice chunk, as they would tell us. And this one here, clearly a city, ruins. And in fact, this whole video is full of such things like this. Here we go. Here is our Antarctica. Pre-Eskimo. Just pre in general. Pre-us, past civilization. In ruins. And wouldn't this change something? This down here almost looks like a statue. But nonetheless, the remains of massive columns. Beautiful. Just look at the perfection here in Antarctica. And I have a whole bunch of things I want to show, and I write them down. But today I wrote this down and I put 3 exclamation points after this note. And I could use your help in locating the originals. I haven't dived deep yet. I haven't even looked into any of the archives. And I haven't even finished this video and thought just these first few pictures were worth sharing immediately. And here another one. Look at this. And forgive me, I cropped it a little short because I always have so much crap open and I thought I'd make it a little tidy, but now I'm missing the tops of these snow peaks or whatever. I don't even know. But here, where the snow has melted, it has revealed ruins. And it's safe to assume that all this rock-looking stuff all around is also ruins in worse condition. But here we have a preserved site. I mean, this is a game changer. This is not being talked about. I've never ever seen the ruins in Antarctica, in the Arctic or the Antarctic, whatever, forbidden zone. And here we have some 1912 photos. It leads me to believe that there was still freedom in 1912. There was some kind of freedom to exist and explore the ancient world and discuss it. And I think that the education and just the whole system in general changed with World War blank and blank. Everything. Medicine used to be so advanced in the past, especially ancient medicine, as we're told, Chinese medicine, but even Western medicine. Royal rife and just healers all over the place. Leaps and bounds compared to the stupid, non-curing system that we have today. Anyway, here we are, supposedly, in 1912. The expedition of a Captain Robert Scott, Great Scott. And I've heard about Admiral Byrd, but I never heard Admiral Byrd say anything about ancient ruins. So here we are. This is just a fresh share. I can't confirm at this point, but it sure looks like Antarctica. And it looks like there's a lot more ruins up here. Pyramids buried. So as if I didn't already want to go, now I really, really want to go, and am also extra pissed because there is still a treaty in place that forbids the common bastard like myself from visiting this land. Who would I bother? Penguins? I don't even see penguins. And I wish I hadn't cropped this. I mean, I can see it, but you guys won't see this mountain and another foot or so of this column. And what a superior column. Look at this baby. Surviving the blast. What a blast. And what ruins. Probably most of it buried, as we see in all of our examples in the regions around us. But nobody's going to be coming out here. I think that the elite, they usually boast how they take little trips out here. And this makes more sense. This is much more interesting. They would love this, to share this amongst each other. Their little elite secret. Well, here we go. It's not a secret today. Here a carving, I think. Carving of a penguin in stone. And this area just really seems to have been melted. It's looking very drippy. Just a cooked out area, but this penguin, maybe his aerodynamics shielded him from the blast. I don't know, of course. Here we can see a little hull. Here again, some ruins. Looks like a massive wall back here. Huge wall, extending all the way to over here. Giant blocks leaning on their side. It looks like they've been knocked over. And look up here, just all of it. I'm like a child at a candy store right now. Just very exciting. Look at the base. Oh, I cropped it again. You're not going to be able to see the next tier down here. But you could watch his video. I'll leave the link. And looks like this piece is kind of melted and blobbed over this other one. I'm not sure. Just fascinating in every way. And I'm glad I didn't watch this video. Oh shit. This is and isn't what I was expecting. I mean, of course it is, and yet I wasn't expecting it. Again, I've cropped out the damn top. The peak is a little bit higher up here. So here we go. Here we go. 1912 pyramids, looking more like the South American style pyramids. But I don't know. This is just one picture. Here we see some other kind of structure that's been busted, one side of it at least, and just amazing ruins and artifacts just everywhere, scattered, really intricate shapes. I could sing. This is song-worthy, is it not? I'll spare you the song, this kind of looking natural, but this not. And this really lending to the idea that these giant icebergy things are just buildings. This clearly being a building and just not covered with enough ice and snow. Maybe ultimately that was a cover-up. Maybe that's what they use part of the military budget for. Just going out here and hosing these structures down so they look like ice. I don't know, but this all looks like structures. All of it. And how about this? This is absolutely structures. Here's an archway. Beautiful concrete, beautiful material here. And this goes up another, I don't know, probably 10 feet, and then it's busted, like the roof's busted off. These are absolutely in ruins. And you know, now I'm just intuitively feeling that this is what happened to everything, all throughout the realm. Everything got rocked by heat and then covered with snow. And just down here, everything melts. And we have a lot of flooding, and up here, in theory, there isn't the flooding. There's not the burying. Everything is still preserved in its post-destructive phase. And this really reminding me, this architecture, even though it's melted and dripping as we can see right here, this really reminding me of the palace in China, the Winter Palace. I don't know why. I see it here. I see that this would have felt kind of like the Winter Palace. How interesting that this is in Antarctica. Maybe that's why they call the Winter Palace, because clearly China is not always wintry. And speaking of winter, sorry if you can hear the wind, it's just raging, but whatever. Here I stared at this photo earlier. Are these bones? I don't know. Is it metal? Some ruins and bones. And this thing is a pedestal. I should just stop the screen recording and just recrop it, but I don't want to ruin my flow. Here again a pedestal, and this time we have more of the obelisk, but it stops, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet past this point. And these seem legit to me. These seem, but I just don't know. I would have to look into this exploration a lot more, and I will. This is just phase 1. As you know, I make my videos in real time. There's no script. Of course, I've done some research before this, or I wouldn't have been inspired to share as I am right now. Look at this thing. And once again, just how I was blown away by the pyramid, I have a feeling I'm gonna be blown away again if this is true.